afternoon, everyone. I'm out and about, just in a Welsh rainforest, just outside of kind of Flask. Yeah, and I'm just going to see what I can find today. It's been a few weeks since I've been out, actually. I've not really been feeling like going out and taking photos, funnily enough. Not good for a photographer, I know, but yeah, hay fever kind of got the better of me, and I think my kind of big bluebell project came to an end, and it happened again last year after I photographed the swans for 6 weeks or so, and I just didn't really feel like wasn't in the mood to take any photos. These projects come to an end, and then I'm kind of searching a little bit for something to do. So that's where I've been for the last few weeks. Combine that with the hay fever that I've had, and yeah, it's not been ideal to be outside, but here I am, and I'm just going to kind of look around. You probably saw me reading, bought Lord of the Rings recently, so yeah, I'm hoping that can give me some inspiration ready for autumn woodland photos, which, yeah, this is what I'm kind of looking around in this woodland for at the moment. It's full of old twisted oaks and mossy, kind of moss-covered trunks, and yeah, it's really old, and yeah, wet woodland. I think it gets rainfall on 200 out of 365 days of the year in here, and it is, I think it's either the wettest or it's one of the wettest places in the whole of the UK. So yeah, you can imagine there's some interesting kind of habitats and things around. So yeah, there's a lot of lichen and fungi and things, so should make for some really nice photos in the autumn. Yeah, this is what I'm doing. You can see it's beautiful. I've just showed you, I'm sat on a Roman bridge, actually. Yeah, beautiful little bridge, and thought it was a nice place to do little introductory clips. So yeah, flask of tea and a book. Just taking 5 minutes or so to just sit and have a read and clear my head, and just get in the zone. So yeah, I'll take you around shortly, but I'm just going to enjoy some tea for now. So I'm sure you'll all agree that this place is pretty special, right? I mean, you only have to look just to the left of this stream, and you can see there's all of these kind of gnarly old trees overhanging here, and they're all just full of shape and character, age, and yeah, there's going to be some really nice photos here. Obviously not today, it's not my ideal conditions. The sun is really bright, the colours are washed out, and yeah, I just wanted to get out though, to be honest. I wanted to just come and spend some time outdoors and get some ideas of what I wanted to shoot in the future, just suss this place out. I've only been once before, so yeah, I was just trying to kind of understand and learn a little bit more about this whole woodland, really, because there's plenty to explore here. There's so many different, angles, and it's the case with any woodland, really. You've just got to really understand it before you kind of get to know what you want to take from it in terms of photos. So yeah, that's my plan today. I'm just going to explore. I'm going to get some cinematic footage of this little stream. I actually forgot my drone, which I'm really annoyed about. I thought, is it worth the wait? And it wasn't at the time, but now I'm gutted, because I'd love to be flying up and down this stream and yeah, get some really nice footage. But I'm going to do what I can with my camera. video making a little bit too seriously now and not focusing enough on looking for photos. So probably gonna shut the video down for a little while, just take a look, take a moment, just kind of actually look to see what I can spot photography wise. Might sit and have a cup of tea, but I'm just gonna relax on the video front for a little while, and I'll pick you guys back up when I find something that I think could make a good photo. I'll probably put the video back on and talk you through some of my thought processes. So yeah, I shall see you guys shortly. So here's the first little scene that's jumped out at me as I'm walking over a bridge here. Just looks a very nicely arranged patch of woods, and I like the different kind of characteristics of these trees here. There is one, let me just take you off the tripod a second. So there's this oak here. He's obviously the main character here. Lots of moss, lots of character. Not quite sure how old he might be, but yeah, it's kind of leading the charge. It's like a little battle scene, and I just really like all of this colour here, and I think in the autumn time that's going to be a really nice frame, just kind of keeping your eyes travelling through the scene there. There is this little waterfall, well, I call it a waterfall, it's a trickle. I'm just wondering whether to keep that in the photo or not. So that's something to think about. I am going to take a recce photo. I will take it on the camera actually, because I think it's still quite a nice photo. The sun's obviously giving off a little bit too much light in this instance, but I'm going to take it on the camera just so I've got a little bit more to work with. I can zoom in and I can kind of, you know, look around on the screen when I get home and just see if there's anything you know, that I want to change, I guess. But yeah, it's a nice little photo, and I'm just wondering whether I can move around somewhere. It's quite difficult because I'm not going to go clambering and all of that. So really, I'm quite restricted to this little walkway here. So it's going to make framing it quite tricky. But I'm just making sure that I don't really I like this oak here, and I'm trying not to. So if you can see that I'm trying not to intersect the one just behind him, so I'll keep that in there as well. But yeah, it's just going to be a case of moving around and finding something that that I like here. So yeah, this is shot number one, I think. So yeah, you can see I've just elevated the tripod as high as it can go really. I felt like being too low down, it kind of it just gave it a really distorted look. Ideally I'd be kind of level with the excuse me, with the trees, so I'd be 5-10 meters up, but I'm going to do what I can with what I've got. Yeah, I've just flicked it into f11 just because I want everything sharp. Sometimes I'll use a wider aperture and just create a little bit of depth in the photo, but just for the sake, this is a scouting image, I want everything to be sharp. So yeah, I'm going to go f11. I'm going to focus on the nearest tree here, and yeah, it's fairly straightforward. Nothing complicated with this one. I do like to manual focus, stabilizer off, 2-second timer, and there we go. So yeah, recce shot number one. So yeah, you can see the photo put on the screen for you. It's actually really nice. I think that's going to make a great photo in the right season. Autumn or spring would be perfect for that. But yeah, it looks really promising. I think maybe some mist, a little bit of moisture in the trunks too, so maybe after some rain. Yeah, I think that's got a lot of potential for a nice photo. Yeah, very nice little scene here. The trees, great. Colours are going to be, I mean, they're nice now, but a bit too green. they need a little bit of diversity. But yeah, it's a beautiful little area, and I've decided against mobile phone scouting. I've actually missed the process of setting my tripod up, which I do when I haven't taken photos in a while. It has been a couple of weeks since I went on a proper photo mission. I went out last weekend, but no, it didn't really, I didn't really get a lot and couldn't see many photos. So yeah, I just missed the process. It's nice finding your scene, setting the tripod up, you know, slowing down. It's a great little process. It's almost like a ritual. Flick it into 2-second timer, manual focus, everything just, it's like silence, and that's the cue to switch off when you've got that tripod set up. So if you don't use a tripod, I'd recommend giving it a go, because the process is very therapeutic. But yeah, you can see I'm kind of turning around and round and round, trying to not go too far one way, because I think this little section's got a lot of potential. So yeah, I'm going to flick off video mode again and see what I can find around here. So catch you shortly. So literally just turned around from the bridge, and after I finished that little bit of a vlog there, so this is 10 meters from composition number 1, and that just caught my eye. This old bent twisted oak, there's moss, there's ferns growing all over it, and I think it just looks fantastic. And then I've got 2 frames here, so I'll probably just frame this up maybe a little bit differently. Yeah, so something like that. And I kind of like all the character on this oak too. So yeah, a really nice section of little oak trees, and the woodland floor looks great too. Again, I think a morning time, softer light, and maybe like some rain. I mean, this looks great. The green looks really good here. I like this little scene, but I just don't like behind that. Yeah, it just looks too messy behind, and I'd like some mist behind, just to separate all of that mess. But looks a really nice little scene. I'm wondering whether to break out the longer lens and just zoom in a little bit, but yeah, I'll take a photo of this one and put it on the screen now and see what it looks like. I'll take one like this, and then perhaps a little bit of a different focal length too, just to see. But yeah, there's definitely potential here. I'm happy. So I've just come back to this little scene. The light's actually changed now, so I'm going to take another photo, because I think I can actually get quite a nice little picture. I might even wait to see if the light will fall on that old character at the back there. So yeah, I'm just gonna hold out for a little while. I'll probably set my other camera up, but I actually came back just to check on the pathway of the sun actually here, just to get an idea of what lighting conditions I might be able to expect in the morning when I do decide to come back, because behind there's quite a large hill, which is going to block the path of the sun until about, off the top of my head at the moment, about 9 o'clock, which will obviously affect my plans for photos, because if I want any form of lighting, then I'm going to have to come back late or later in the morning, which might mean I miss the best of the conditions. But I think, yeah, it's just going to give me a lot to think about. I think a flat day would work here. So obviously if I do decide to go with a flat day, then I don't need to worry about the sun. But it's always good to have these things in mind, so that when you do go back to plan, you know what you can expect here. So yeah, it's my thought process for this one. I'm always conscious of where the light is when I'm out and about. So in that last video, yeah, I was just basically mentally plotting the path of the light and trying to visualize something. So, you know, I mean, you can get carried away and visualize too much, which I do sometimes. Yeah, it's good to kind of always be reactive. But the best thing about being in somewhere new or newish, is that you see potential everywhere. It's actually resulted in me moving about 200 meters in 2 hours because I've just been stopping and looking and trying to suss angles out, and yeah, even now I'm kind of looking, and there's just potential everywhere when you start getting into woodland. Yeah, so I'm gonna get back off camera and do a bit more scouting. So I've just framed up a really nice little woodland scene here. What you've got on the right there is the old mossy oak. I've actually just cut half of him off. I don't know why I keep calling trees him. Some have got to be female, right? But yeah, anyway, I've just cut half of it off. I'm not sure why actually. I think the composition just looks much better with half of the tree in and half of the tree out. I'm not entirely sure why I feel like that. It just does. But yeah, so behind that then we got there's a little congregation of about 8 or 9 silver birch, and the trees of the oak are just cutting across. The birch are obviously growing upwards. It just creates a really nice contrast in shape. Yeah, that's where I was. I'm taking a few different compositions here, so I'll put a few different ones on the screen now as photos, but you can see this is what I was thinking with the video. So yeah, you've just got these branches coming across the screen, and then obviously the birch just growing upwards nicely there. So the oak, you can see, is just in deep shadow here. Behind, because of where the sun is, we've got a nice sort of area of light in there, and it just creates a really nice contrast in light too. So I just feel like this composition really works. Just flick it back to photo, and yeah, I'm back. Yeah, so I just had to take a few photos because the light got really good. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. We've got contrast in shape, obviously lateral and vertical, or horizontal and vertical, and we've got a nice bit of contrast in light. I actually think this is going to be a portfolio image. It's really nice. Obviously, once it's edited, yeah, it's going to look great. But, that's my thought process behind this shot. So I'm going to probably take a few more images just as this light changes. And who'd have thought I'm actually photographing in the middle of the afternoon, which is a big change for me. I don't normally photograph on sunny blue sky afternoons, but this one just really works. So yeah, might make me think differently in the future about photography, and especially woodland photography. So yeah, I'm going to take a few more and then get on to another scene, another composition. There's so many about here. It's yeah, it's a special little woodland. So yeah, on to the next one. Come and see the waterfall while I was here, so yeah, just a quick pit stop for the next location. Have I gone the wrong way here? I think so. Right. Pretty beautiful, hey? It's like a Bali rainforest, but it's Wales. Stunning place. Okay, that's enough fun here. On to the next place. This is just what I needed today. No pressure, just a walk outdoors in a beautiful woods and see what I can come up with. Yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure to be out today. And my bad mood from, I guess, the last week, because I haven't been out and haven't taken many photos, and I've been waiting for the perfect light, the perfect conditions. Oh, bugger. Yeah, they don't always happen, and I needed a day like today just to remind myself what photography is about, which is getting out here. And yeah, I'm just seeing photos everywhere here. Look at that for a section of woods. That's going to look amazing. Now I'm thinking there's more photos, but I think I've got to relax, call it a day somewhere, because I'm just taking photo after photo. I mean, it's good, it's what I do. Wow, this is special, this place, you know. I'm going to be spending a lot of time here. I think you can get ready for part 2, part 3, part 4. Yeah. I'm already thinking autumn is going to be absolutely amazing here. On those misty mornings, browns, yellows, reds. Yeah, it's going to look special. Right, I'm not quite sure how it happened, but it's now 7:30 and I've been here for 7 hours. Yeah, it beats me because I could have sworn it was maybe 4:30. I thought 4 hours at most, and I've generally got a good sense of time. But yeah, this place has just made me run away with my imagination, and yeah, I feel a little bit lost at the moment. You know, like when you're a kid and you're out playing and all sense of time is just gone, and then all of a sudden it's dark, or your mum's calling you, you've got to go home. Kind of how I feel today. So it's been a pleasure. Thanks very much for coming along. You can look out for part 2, maybe part 3 and 4 here. It's a place I'm going to be spending a lot of time now. I've found some nice hidden corners, and even now I'm walking home and I'm just seeing more, and yeah, I've got to call it a day, I think, and get back. So it's been a pleasure. If you enjoyed it, please give us a like and comment. It does mean the world, having a bit of support, and yeah, I've been getting some good comments, which is really nice, so keep them coming. Subscribe as well, and tell your friends. Be great.